oil prices globally is in a downward trend, not a profiting situation for Nigeria. The talk for diversification of the economy is getting louder and louder. Agriculture has been mentioned, but so also is the development of natural and historical elements for tourism. What exactly can Nigeria do with its tourism potential? That captures our thoughts on this episode of Big Story. I'm Amy Thompson. 36 states, 36 stories, with parts too numerous to overlook. That's the picture of tourism in Nigeria. From the beautiful Bali Hills, covered by clouds in Adamawa State, the pile of rocks in Okewo local government area of Kwara State called Imo Rock Shelter, a location that truly serves as a shelter to those who visit it. Climbing to the top requires physical exercise, but the sight is worth it. At the top, the surrounding comes to the fore, as well as the rare features of the rock.
Imo Rock Shelter. The name is a Yoruba connotation of the appearance of the rock shelter. As you saw when we entered, it was like a ceiling. The local people seeing this natural ceiling here believed that something like this could only have been made by the gods. Imole in Yoruba is the gods. So the gods have made a ceiling here. Imole Boja. The gods have made a ceiling.
One of these features of awe is that the big ones rest slightly on the smaller ones with almost nothing to rest on. Being an age-long feature of the community, it had in the past been put to various uses.
So in those days, if any maiden should get pregnant in her father's house, such a maiden will be chastised by being banished to this place for a specified number of days. And abusive songs will be sung by her peers within the community. And for those number of days, she'll be here all by her own to act as a deterrent for any maiden who might want to do something of such. But thank God, today now, Imo Rock Shelter has become a thing of admiration for the modern man, a tourist attraction center.
To put the place to proper use, there's a required line of development, and according to the tourism board, the process has already started with partnership of the villagers. Okewo local government area seems truly rich, as it also boasts of Aromu waterfall, which announces its presence even from a distance. And a better view in a close range. The way down is crooked, filled with sharp and slippery stone. This is the price to pay if one intends to enjoy a close contact with Aromu waterfall.
Always the same impression for all tourists. When we get to the top there and you say, let's get down, they first of all say, no, it's not me going down there. But coming down is actually fun, as you yourself have seen, although it's hectic. But on getting down here, you will not want to leave.
The travel distance explains why the color is muddy, although this does not deter tourists from visiting the site, except when it's dangerous.
You can't come down here when Aromu is in full flow. That's around August, September, October, November. It's not possible for anybody to come down to the waterfall because it will be in full flow and it will be so terrific that you can't, it's even dangerous to come down.
In confirmation of what Mr. Williams says, it's actually nice down here and feels that the experience should not be cut short. In northeast Nigeria, a city of two parts describes Yola, the capital of Adamawa State. The demarcation of Yola City and Jimeta is said to have started when elders of Yola sought to provide residence for visitors, especially foreigners, without distorting the traditional look and features of Yola town.
Jimeta and Yola was apart 9 miles in those days. And you have to literally take nearly a day to walk that distance or to take a cab or a taxi to come. But today is all history. These are only indices of marks. Yola town is the traditional town. Jamaica is the commercial Yola. Put together, we have a state capital that is unique. In between these two, we have a potential to breed what we call as agricultural ecotourism. The valley, part of the Benue Valley lies between there. We're even trying very hard not to encourage people to build facilities there so that we can be able to come up with an agricultural enterprise that people can come and see. It's part of our touristic strategy. But these two places are now together. The governor lives in the commercial center of government in Jamaica. The emir, who is the chairman of the traditional council, is in Yola. And we keep it like this because it's good for us. When you come, you go and see the emir as our father, as our elder. And you see Yola, in Yola you don't have high-rise buildings. It is kept traditional and, in quote, local.
A related natural endowment is in Lagos State, the commercial capital of Nigeria. Lekki Conservation Center, a part of the Nigerian Conservation Foundation, has preserved a haven from the hustle and bustle of the state. The center offers the sight of various animals in their natural display to the pleasure of tourists. For hospitality consultant in Lagos, Trevor Wards, Lagos has even more to offer if tourism is properly managed.
Tourism is a very complicated industry, and it comprises several different components. In fact, 5 components. You talk about attracting them. What attracts people to Lagos State? Well, first and foremost, it's the business activities. So a business person coming from overseas or from Abuja or elsewhere in Nigeria is actually a tourist. And they're coming here because of the business that they want to carry out here. So that's the attraction for them, if you like. If you were talking about a leisure tourist coming to spend their leisure time, their disposable income in Lagos, they may be attracted by the beaches, by some of the cultural activities that come on here, the stage plays, perhaps the museum. So that's what attracts, lures, entices, if you like, a leisure tourist. When they're here, also, people need information. As a business visitor, you come here, what shall I do? What shall I do with my leisure time, whether that's in the evening or someone staying over the weekend? And that's where we tend to fall down in terms of information about what people can do as tourists in Lagos. So that's one of the gaps, I think, that we have here in promoting Lagos as a tourism destination, is information about what people can do.
All these are apart from the wealth which the Nigerian culture offers. For instance, pottery, which has been in practice for decades. Although it serves as a means of livelihood for some women, in this case Kwara State, the process of producing the pot holds history for a section of Nigerians. However, the question which stares Nigerians in the face is how appreciated or patronized are these rare gifts. The clay, which is their major raw material, comes from the rural parts of the state. Each woman is at her own corner with clay, sand and chemicals to make the pot. It's a slow process and requires one to be meticulous and patient. Everyone begins and ends the process. It begins with mixing of the clay, the molding, smoothing the mixture, and molding again.